Kill the boer, kill the farmer. These were the words of South African Julius Malema as he addressed thousands at a political rally. Although this anti-white chant is decades old, Malema received international condemnation, including from none other than Elon Musk, himself a South African. But who is this man? Julius Malema and his party, the Economic Freedom Fighters, known for wearing their red berets, are a communist and militantly black nationalist party. Like many good communists, Malema enjoys wearing Breitling and Rolex watches, wearing Louis Vuitton, drinking champagne, and living in luxury mansions. Malema has openly called for the forced seizure of white farms and property, and has made thinly veiled threats of violence, saying, "We are not calling for the slaughter of white people, at least not for now." Despite this incitement and corruption, Malema and the EFF have support. They are the third largest party in South Africa. Malema has sympathisers in the West as well. In 2016, he received a hero's welcome at Oxford University, and many gave him a standing ovation once he finished his speech and talk.
What's going on, guys? Hey, I want to come back to you. And I wanted to bring you a story about the white African refugees that are coming here from South Africa. And, again, people are losing their damn minds over people coming here. Over 59 white people coming here that are being raped, that are being robbed, that are being murdered. And the government, they know it. I mean, the government is basically sanctioning what's happening to them. But, again, people have a problem with the white refugees being let in because, again, Trump let again 59 white refugees from South Africa that have been fully vetted. Again, it's racist, according to them. Again, 300,000+ black refugees from Haiti. Well, that's fine under Biden. That's fine. But 59 white ones from South Africa that are going to help build the country, not destroy it. Yeah. Well, we can't have that. They white. We can't have that at all. At all. You racist sons of bitches. Again, we have truly got to remember, no other government that I know of is saying to the black folks, you know what, you're black. You don't belong here. We don't want you here. We're going to start killing you, raping you, robbing you because of the color of your skin. Yeah. Again, if there were a government out there doing that, again, just because they're black, I mean, people would be up in arms. But it is happening to whites. But again, people, they look the other way. They don't care. And again, there are many people here in this country, especially black people, that are very upset. And they're making TikTok videos and whatever to show their anger towards these people. And in many cases, threatening them. Just straight out threatening them. I mean again, wow. I wanted to play you a clip from CNN just to get to show you what the mainstream media is saying about them. And again, we can kind of gather why people are hating them as much as they are from the left, especially black leftists. Watch.
People who are native to that land deserve their rightful land back. That is not what the Afrikaners actually want to have happen, which are the white Africans. And so who are not originally from Africa who colonized South Africa also. And so that is what they are saying is discrimination. Now, if the Constitution in South Africa is discriminatory, they have their checks and balances in that land just like we do. And that is for them to. So if the Afrikaners don't actually like the land, they can leave that country.
They are. They're leaving to come here.
No, they can
These
leave
refugees
and go,
are coming here.
They can actually leave and go to where their native land is, which is probably Germany.
Are you
or
against them coming here?
Holland, probably.
Holland.
You know, guys, man, the people on CNN, they want to be seen as the best, the brightest, the most articulate. You know, again, the just smart people that know what they're talking about. But again, this proves, again, my point that, you know, these people are truly, I mean, they're paid actors and actresses. They truly are. Again, if this woman knew any of what she was talking about, she would know these people are not from Germany. Again, the Afrikaners, they're of Dutch ancestry. But again, you can't tell them that. They know it all. Oh, they know it. And again, the whole spiel is about hating white people. And again, that's what she's doing. If they could go back, she said, to their own country, like Germany, wherever they're from. Well, it's not Germany, dumbass. But also, again, how would it be for me to get on TV and tell black people here, go back to your damn country, go back to Africa, go back to, you know, again, Nicaragua, go back to wherever, go back. Yeah, that wouldn't go over too well. You know why it wouldn't go over? Because people would say, oh, that's racist. You can't say that. And again, even if these folks were from Germany, which they're not, but even if they or their ancestors or whatever were, they had nowhere to go back to. Nowhere. Has anyone seen Germany in the last 10 years? Again, it's gone. It's gone for the most part. And so is a lot of Europe. And if you don't agree 100% with the left and kowtow your whiteness and bow down to blackness and everything else and DEI and whatever other bullshit they have, then guess what? You're a racist. You're a bad person. You're a bad person. Yeah. Oh. So they have nowhere to go back to. You know, people, we have truly got to understand the destruction that has been brought on to a world. And again, you have to remember all this is over 59 refugees that are being murdered and raped and robbed in their home of South Africa. Yeah. And again, people that thought, you know, that it would be good to turn everything back over to blacks. Yeah. Sorry. You was wrong. But I'm going to show you what Don Lemon had to say about this. Watch.
South African farmer, which is the most blatantly obvious racist ever. It is blatantly obvious the way that we treat white South Africans, who, by the way, for the most part, and I am generalizing here, some of the wealthiest people are well-to-do people in the country. They speak their language. They're not just taking land away from white South African farmers. White South Africans, about 9% of the population, owned 87% of the fertile land. Okay? Today, Black South Africans make up more than 90% of the population, and they only hold about 4% of all privately owned land. So what they're trying to do is say, hey, we need to fix an historical injustice and figure out if you're not using that land to farm, then we need to have some of that land, not taking all of your entire farm. That's not what's happening. And we need to what? There needs to be equity. And now people are crying because the playing field is being leveled. And so therefore it is now discrimination.
You know, the playing field is level. It's always been level. But again, you have people like Donald Lamont, that are pinko commies, that again want to level the playing field. Again, that's not what they're doing at all. They're making it more difficult for the other team, for other people, because again, those people, they're too skilled. They're too good at what they do. So we got to make them look bad in some way. Because we want to get fair and give some of the land to the black folks. And again, you know, they're not going to do as well as the white farmers, but they're black. We got to give them some of the land. Again, that's equity, that's inclusion, right? Again, whenever you hear diversity, equity, inclusion, run. It's not fair. It wasn't meant to be fair. It was meant for everyone to have the same things, regardless of how hard they work, what they do. I get a bunch of pinko commies. But you know, Donald Bond, he's no different. You know, again, a bunch of DEI folks. And again, we have truly got to be honest. You know, is Donald Lamont decent at reporting? Well, you know, I would say not. But, you know, I'm not saying I'm any great shakes or anything, but I would say not. But again, he has two things going for him. He's black and he's gay. But guys, I'm going to show you something that happened. A number of years ago, Zimbabwe was called the breadbasket of Africa, or the breadbasket of the world, or whatever. And they had white farmers, and they kicked a lot of these white farmers out, and they redistributed a lot of the land and gave it to black folks. And within a short period of time, they were starving. But again, you would think that South Africa would know this, would have seen this. But again, you know, not terribly bright individuals. Watch. Okay, Zimbabwe gives land back to white farmers after a wrecking economy. The seizures that began in 2000 were ratified by the government, which said they were needed to redress colonial imbalances. A vibrant agricultural industry that exported tobacco and roses and grew most of the food the nation needed collapsed. Period food shortages ensued. Inflation became the world's highest, and the manufacturing industry was decimated. What was one of Africa's richest countries became one of its poorest. It was from Bloomberg. You know, guys, you would have thought that the leaders of South Africa, they would have noticed, wait a minute, Zimbabwe did very poorly. As a matter of fact, they were reduced to nothing. You would have thought, right? Well, apparently they're not students of history. We're not dealing with the cream of the crop here. We're not dealing with intelligence And again, man, people are, you can't say that because they black. You can't be saying that. That's racist. Yeah. I don't know. I don't think so. They're just stupid. They're just stupid. And again, they're waiting for daddy to come in and pick up the pieces. Right now, black South Africans are throwing a damn fit. That's what they're doing. And again, that's what they were doing in Zimbabwe. They were throwing a damn fit. And when they're done, they're going to want daddy to come in and clean up and set things right. And the white man apparently is daddy.
You son of a.